What's up, everybody? This is your boy James Rogers here, part of Team Underdogs. Once again, bring you another deck profile, and this is going to be something that's a little bit spicier and a little bit better than any other deck I've ever played. As most of you guys know, I'm a big fan of Pendulum decks, but lately, the route that Pendulum Magicians have been going, I'm not liking the deck as much anymore. So I just didn't want to play Pendulums for a bit. I was trying to play Metal Foes because I was most comfortable with them. Definitely something I don't feel like I could play in the meta. But just Pendulums as a whole just started getting boring for me. And I began the process of building Dino Dolls. Now, Dino Dolls is a very fun deck to play. Has great matchups against Pendulums. Pretty much any deck that is kind of like a spam heavy deck, as long as you have if you can get a hand trap to kind of stop part of their process, that's just enough for you to break their board and then establish one of your own, and then pretty much make it impossible for them to counterattack. So, that's really how you build it. That's how I played it too, and the deck did perform really well. I will say I did misplay in my top 4 match. I could have beaten the guy game 3 and just didn't play it correctly at all. In fact, it wasn't even until I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I now knew what I could have did to actually beat him. So, this is the top 4 deck profile of Dino Dolls. It's a lot of fun to play. I'll explain some of my card choices, why I'm playing them, and then what changes I'll probably make in the near future. So, here we go. So, for the big dinos, play 2, the Conductor Tyranno. This card is absolutely nuts. Definitely your best boss monster. I thought about playing this at 3, but really just to keep things simple, I felt like 2 was just pretty good. 2 Quatless. Same thing. I thought about playing 3 of this just because of... I really felt like if I was going to play 3 Pill, I was going to play 3 of this. And the third comes up very rarely. Like, if you're going into a grinding match against a deck like Paleo, obviously, like, you'll need it. But if you're not playing, like, a Paleo matchup, you really don't need to worry about playing a third one of these. So, 2 is really good. Triple Overraptor, best, level 4 monster you have in your deck. That's really all I can say about that. Then I played 1 Giant Rex, 1 Miscellaneous Saurus, 1 Dracaiolo, and 1 Doggeron. Dracaiolo was actually one of those cards that kind of trolled me during the week, or during the tournament. Just because I kept top decking into this card when I really needed something else. So there's pros and cons of playing this, but just because you have synchro plays with this is the main reason why you really need to play this card. It just really gives you a reason why you play Miscellaneous Saurus in general. So then Triple Armageddon Knight. So before the tournament started, I actually was playing 3 Quatless and talking with a buddy of mine. We actually cut the 3rd Quatless for a 3rd copy of Armageddon Knight because I was initially only playing 2. And I pretty much just wanted to play 3 and 3 because I just wanted to maximize my ability to see Quatless like turn 1. That's pretty much what the play was. And you can always side one of these out. You can always side like 1 or 2 of these out depending on what matchup you're playing against. But Armageddon Knight was actually really good just because it was so versatile. And you can send Quatless, you can just send in a Shaddoll card, and then you just had that play working for you. So Armageddon Knight going to 3 was actually a really good idea. I played 1 Hedgehog, 1 Beast, 1 Falco, and 1 Dragon. I wanted to keep it really short. My biggest problem was playing too big of an engine. You start to dead draw with a lot of these. And my goal was to just play a small amount that had utility, kind of go with what I needed for that situation. And then the rest would take care of itself. Game 1 against Pendulum Magicians. I actually opened up 3 out of the 4 of these with the Shaddoll Fusion, and he made Dweller turn 1, so that didn't help me out at all whatsoever. So could have been better, but I managed to win that one in 3 though. And then for the hand traps, I played Triple Ogre, Triple Gamma, along with the Driver, obviously. Ogre was fine. Probably the most versatile one, really, to kind of mess around with. Gamma was really hit or miss. I kept opening Driver a lot, but Driver was fine because I could just pop it with Conductor Tyranno, just like if they did break my board, I could just use Gamma later. But I never actually opened up Gamma. I think I opened up Gamma one time, and I actually had driver with it, and I couldn't even use the Gamma. So it was Gamma wasn't the best hand trap for me just for tonight. But I'm gonna try it a few more times, just kind of test things out before the regional. That's it for the monsters. It was 25 monsters. For the spells, played triple Fossil Dig. You already know why. Triple Pill. At least this kind of went well. The idea of playing 3 Pill was that if you open one up without having to use Quatless, it saves you having to burn Quatless's effect early just to search one. That was like the main reason why I just opted to place at 3. And then sometimes you do summon Quatless off this, so... Triple Shaddoll Fusion. You gotta place at 3, even though it's a hard once per turn. You have to place at 3. Like, you just need to see this card in your opening hand going second. And then for the one-ups, I played 1 Upstart, 1 Foolish, 1 Rhoda, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Soul Charge. I did not resolve Upstart Goblin ones, and I did not resolve Monster Reborn or Soul Charge during this tournament, so I cannot tell you really how good of a cards they were, but Book of Moon was definitely MVP. Playing against Dark Magicians, game 1 he made a Crystal Wing, and I was able to Book of Moon it, and go off. And then game 2, I summoned Fossil Dig. He tried to Valor, and I Book of Moon my monster, so Valor would miss. And yeah, like Book of Moon was just MVP for that tournament. For the extra deck, double Winda, 1 Shikanaga, and 1 Grista. To be honest, Grista's probably going to come out. I really don't ever see myself fusion summoning this card unless I have Miscellaneous Saurus in hand, and I'd rather use Miscellaneous Saurus for its actual effect over, just dumping it with a Shaddoll for this card. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut this out and probably just go with 3 fusions instead of 4. I just figured maybe at some point his effect would come up, but it never did. Even Shikanaga's effect doesn't come up too often for me, but he's here for the Gustav Rail Max, so there could be a chance I could probably just play like 2 and 2 and just go with like 2 Winda, 2 Shikanaga in the near future. I don't really know yet. I just know Grista, I just don't want to play anymore. 1 Logia, 1 Dolka. Never made Dolka, but made Logia a good couple times, so Logia really, really, really good. I love Logia. If I can get this off. And then for the rest of rank 4s, I played 1 Dweller, 1 Baguska, 1 Tornado Dragon. Only made Tornado Dragon, and I only made this because I need a monster over 1800 attack to attack with for a game, well, to OTK my opponent. So like literally the only reason why I actually made this. Didn't need it for any of the Pendulum matchups I had. Baguska could have came in handy against Invoke Mech Knight, but just never actually need to make it. And Dweller, I played Dweller just for the off chance that it actually comes up. It's pretty much like what I use it for. 1 Super Gustav Max. Is just one of these. I did make this once, and I was actually able to OTK an opponent with this, so I was actually pretty happy about that. For the Synchros, 1 Chambara, 1 Omega, 1 Trish. Made Chambara once, didn't make any others, but the situation just never called for it, so yeah, can't complain about that. And then I played 1 Underclock Taker and 1 Deco Talker. Deco Talker might actually come out, and my logic really is that the only time I really make Deco Talker is if I decide to play Mind Control, but I never wanted a reason to play Mind Control. I never really found a reason to play Mind Control. So I actually may just cut this out. I'll keep Underclock Taker in definitely because they'll definitely come up, but Decode is like a really hit or miss Link monster at the moment. I'm just not sure if I really want to keep it. And then for the side deck, 2 Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter was actually not used. I didn't play against Trickstar even though it was there. Just never didn't have to play it. Triple Lancia. I side this going first. If I have to go first, I side this in plus whatever else you need for the matchup. Generally, it's usually this and Dimensional Barrier for if I have to go first against Pendulums. And that's really just for me expecting to be evenly matched or something. Like, that's kind of really what it was there for. Making Winda is super good, but Winda can't be destroyed by card effects, but can definitely still be banished, so that's what the Lancias were there for. Double Trap Eater. Found these. It took us about an hour at our locals to find this, but we eventually found some old boxes, and there just happened to be 3 of these in there, so I grabbed 3, but I only ended up playing 2. I think maybe in the near future I might put this to 3, just because there's a lot of floodgates running around now in the meta, and I may need to get to Trap Eater quicker if I'm gonna use this card. So, one Regeki. I didn't play Dark Hole. I didn't feel like it was necessary, especially because Winda can't be destroyed by my opponent's card effects, but can be destroyed by my own. So I didn't think Dark Hole was really necessary for the deck. I thought Regeki was just enough by itself. Double Cosmic. I was doing 2 Twin, 2 Cosmic, and I took the Twins out for the Trap Eaters. My logic really is just that if they have Anti-Spell Fragrance, and I have no out to it spell-wise, then I want to have the Trap Eater to be able to send it, because Anti-Spell Fragrance kills this deck, and of course if they have Imperial Order, which is even worse, we need a faster way to get rid of those cards, and Trap Eater does that for me, so... Double Magical Spring. This card is actually pretty good. This is how I actually won game 2 against Pendulum Magicians. I think this card is just absolutely really good against them, and just needs, you just gotta play this for playing Dinos. And then MVP side card, Dimensional Barrier. Every one of my matchups except for Dark Magicians, I was pretty much side decking this card. Played against round 1, I played against Pendulum Magician. Round 2, I played against Mech Knight Invoked. Round 3, Dark Magician, and then in Top Cut, I played against True Draco Metal Foes, and I misplayed pretty badly against them game 3. So, like I said, it wasn't until I woke up when I realized what I actually could have did to do that and got to the final matchup. So, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I really do love this deck. I actually am having way more fun with this deck than I ever had with any other deck before. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, please let me know down below what cards you think I should play, what cards I should try out, anything you would take out of the deck and what you would replace with it. Thank you for watching the deck profile. This is James Rogers, part of Team Underdogs. Peace.